Hello, Internet. Brandon here,
With Jimmy.
and we've got news.
I'm excited by this one.
Actually, this is some dope news.
I was never a huge fan of the comic book, mainly
Yeah.
because I didn't read it. But I was the kid who liked the movie when it
The
came out in the 80s.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Teenage Mutant Ninja
I've
Turtles.
always been a giant Turtles fan.
Yeah, it was fun. It's goofy in that it's like, wait, Turtles?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I
I'll
lo-
suspend
I was
belief.
a huge Ninja Turtles fan as a child. Just
Like comic books or...
the show.
Okay.
I watched and then
Oh, yeah, the show. The video game? Did you play the video game?
I played most of those video games.
Do that underwater part?
I was never any good at them. But
You couldn't, dude.
no.
You couldn't. Thanks, Nintendo.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
But they've announced that they're going to do the Last Ronin adaptation
I have
and
not...
live action.
I have not been more surprised at a comic book in a long time than... I don't even remember why I grabbed it, but I'm like, all right, I'll read Last Ronin.
Yeah.
Cool, whatever. I was shocked at how good it was. And not just good, like, it hits you in the feels. Like, oh my God.
It was this different take on this,
Yeah.
the run that's ending right now, the comic book run by Eastman has been outstanding.
Mhm.
And I was so happy that I hopped on that when it came out. And it's cool to see his kind of vision for what a full story of them could be. And this was an interesting take of like, the book was a little more serious than any of the animated series.
Well, that's what...
growing up or anything.
That's what
But
people... I
then
think
this comes out.
I don't think people understand with the Goofy movies and the video game and the animation. These original comic books were not light and fluffy and goofy. They were dark.
No, I mean it's
It
a
was...
more aggressive.
Yeah, it was dark. It was not meant to be like, hey kids, let's go in and read My Little Pony.
Yeah, but that doesn't translate well for Saturday morning cartoons, so they had to lighten it up a little bit. And honestly, what I've really come to love about the Ninja Turtles as a franchise is that it is less of a fully continuity based thing and more of a, okay, this version of them, this version of them. And they've had very successful cartoons. I think there were 2 on Nickelodeon that were great. This newest one came out from Seth Rogen produced, and I thought that was a really good original take on it.
Not that I ever want to knock him, but I'm very impressed when he produces stuff.
Dude,
like
he
Seth
Rogen is doing everything I want to do with my life.
Thank God you don't laugh like him.
Seth, oh my God, I wish I did. That would be the greatest.
That's so annoying.
Seth, if you ever see this, let's be friends. But anyways,
yeah, be his friend.
Yeah, please, God, that'd be great.
And I don't have to be his friend. I'll be happy.
He is, dude. He literally, he has his own weed company. He's turning all of my favorite comic books into great TV shows and/or movies. Like everything he does, and he's just fucking hilarious. So
instead, Brandon's sitting here talking to me.
Exactly, getting no dollars,
winning
$0, zero monies.
So when you start reading this, and obviously, Michelangelo wants vengeance on everything that happened.
Well, it was. I mean, when I remember opening the book and everyone's like, "Which one's the last Ronin?" And I'm like,
"That's true.
It's got to be Mikey." I'm like, "It's got to be Mikey. Mikey's the fun one."
But when he goes to get that original vengeance and he fails, and you're like, "Why am I reading this?
It's such a
what the hell?" And it's like just darker and darker and darker. You're like, "It hit me in the feels." And then the Ghost brothers are talking to him. You're like,
well, that was part of it too, because it's like, man, like you had such this close bond, and like what happens when that goes away? And it also kind of took this more serious tone of like the reality of they will go to war at some point. There's always this building thing between the Foot Clan and the Turtles, and at one point it happens and everybody loses. And it's just, how do you navigate that by yourself? You had a team and now you're by yourself.
But what's nice is he gets a new team, so to speak.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're not his brothers.
Yeah.
Although his brothers are always there advising and cheering him up and encouraging.
Well, I mean, technically it's just his brain.
Yeah, it is.
His broken brain.
It doesn't matter though.
Yeah.
It's, to me, I would rather say it's like Star Wars where the Obi-Wan's visiting Luke, but yes, it's his brain. But
the turtle's strong in the Force.
Exactly.
Strike me down now, and
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But it's just the writing, and I know we've gone back and forth over the years that you really notice art. I really noticed writing, and the writing on this was so good.
Oh, it's outstanding.
So tight.
It's like a good story.
I literally want to get to the next page, and then obviously you finish that book. You're like, I gotta wait for the next one to come out, and that's what you want in a comic book. Yeah. It's like, it was so good. So I'm a little leery on a live action. because all I picture is like Secret of the Ooze and the originals, where it's like, I hope this isn't goofy.
I mean, do you think they're going to do CGI, or are we going to get like suits again, like the originals?
I hope Corey Feldman's not involved. That's what I want
He
to
won't
say.
be. He
I
won't
hope
be.
he's not
That's
involved.
fine. He won't be.
I don't know. I don't know how they're going to go, but the source material is amazing.
Yeah.
So
I also heard they're working on a video game for this.
Yes.
I mean, I think the success of this story and the originality of it is what really drew people to it.
Yeah.
And now everybody wants more of it. They want, physical media they can watch or
and
enjoy.
kudos to Eastman. Like,
No,
knowing
100%.
knowing his story, how he got the first iteration off the ground, like borrowing money, and
Yeah.
finally, and like, dude, awesome.
Yeah.
Make it,
100%.
sell it, do. Oh, I love it.
And with that book ending, they're relaunching it a new #1 to like continue.
That's
written
awesome.
by Jason Aaron,
Yeah.
who's outstanding.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm glad to see that they're really getting this, like, they've been around forever, but it's never been like a serious thing. And it just feels like with all these different iterations and all this other stuff, you're getting quality,
Yep.
turtle content. Quality turtle content.
Awesome.
That's a sentence I said.
Heroes in a half shell.
Turtle power.